Alright, how's everybody doing today? Back again with another video for you guys and gals. And today, what we have for everyone is my full review of the Bluedio TL2 Bluetooth truly wireless earbuds. So, I've been using these bad boys for a good amount of time now, and I feel like I've gathered all my thoughts and opinions on them. And without further ado, let's jump into this full review. So starting off, the first thing I want to talk about with everyone is the overall build quality and design. So primarily when we talk about the overall build quality, this bad boy is built primarily out of your texturized and your glossy plastics, as you can see right here. And I gotta say, that overall build quality makes it extremely lightweight and durable. So that also helps out the overall durability. So in terms of the overall build quality, I have to say Bluedio has done a top-notch job on this one. Now, however, when we talk about the overall design, this is where I feel Bluedio needs a little bit of improvement. So y'all can see this is the truly wireless earbud type design. And you can see this area right here in front is our touch sensitive area right here. Let me get that to focus for y'all. This is our touch sensitive area. Then we have a LED light, and then we have a microphone. And then if I spin it around here, so y'all can see it a little better, we have our pogo pins for charging, our magnetic pogo pins, and then we have our branded right earbud right here and the earbud itself. Now, whereas this design makes it extremely lightweight and durable, and the overall build quality is good, the downside of this design is the overall fit is really bad. And I've tried these earbuds with all of the various different earbud tips that came in the box, and I couldn't find that best fit. Alright, and because of that, the overall sound isolation is really bad, and it doesn't really stay in my ear too good, so the overall comfort level is really bad as well, amongst other things. So in terms of the overall design, I really think Bluedio needs to rethink their design on this one. So whereas the build quality is top notch, the overall design is nowhere close to that. Alright? So it is what it is. So that's a half and half for the first two categories. Alright, moving on now. Let's talk about the overall core features on these. And this is another area where it kind of goes half and half. I'm going to explain as we go through. So core feature number one, these bad boys incorporate Bluetooth 5.0 connectivity on them. That means that you can truly live that hashtag wireless lifestyle. And spoiler, the Bluetooth on here is actually pretty good. We're going to cover that in more detail a little bit later on. So that's a solid first core feature. Core feature number two, these bad boys incorporate built-in microphones on each earbud. So I already showed y'all the microphone is right there. Right there. Okay? And this is another area where I feel Bluedio definitely needs some improvement, because the overall microphone performance on these is pretty bad. It's like trash, but we're going to dive into that a little bit more later on in the video as well. So that's our first really bad core feature. Okay, core feature number three, these bad boys incorporate an easy two-step pairing process. That's actually pretty good. And you can use these earbuds in independent mode, so one at a time, or in stereo mode, both together. So that's really nice. So overall, we only really have one bad core feature. So the overall core features on here is pretty good. It's not the best, but it's pretty good. All right. Now, moving on, the next thing I want to talk about with y'all is the overall sound quality, volume, and the bass. And yet again, this is another area where Bluedio did a pretty good job. Now, when we talk about the overall sound quality, I have to say it's really good, with little to no distortion on the high end or the low ends of the volume spectrum. So pretty good there. And the same thing could be said for the overall volume. These earbuds get really loud making it really easy to drown out your surroundings so you can absorb yourself in binge watching one of your favorite Netflix series. Or if you put together a really sweet playlist and you want to rock out, you can definitely rock out with these. But where these earphones have a little bit of a downside is when we talk about the overall bass. Now, the bass on these is what I would call balanced. So it's not too punchy, it's not too deep, but it provides a noticeable bass. Okay, so overall, I would call that balanced. But me being someone that likes bass heavy or bass centric music, I would have to say Bluedio definitely needs to improve in this area. So pretty good on the volume, pretty good on the sound quality, but the bass overall needs some improvement. So 75% between those three categories. Not bad, not bad. All right, let's keep it moving now. Let's dive a little bit deeper into the microphone quality or the overall mic performance. And as I said, the mic performance is probably one of the weakest areas of these Bluetooth earbuds. It is pretty bad indeed, for lack of a better word. I can't really explain it. Some pretty bad microphone performance on here. So it definitely needs some improvement. Definitely. Okay? And just to put that into perspective for y'all, I've tested these in just about every scenario possible. So I've done a lot of phone calls, I've dictated a lot of text messages, I've dictated a lot of emails, and the mics on these they're just not great. Even when I'm using them to interact with my voice assistants, they do an okay job for that, but for everything else, they definitely need some serious improvement. And nowhere is that more evident than when I'm taking phone calls. I took several phone calls with these, and all of the callers said the same thing. They said I sounded very echoey, I sounded very distant, I was kind of chopping in and out, so on and so forth. And it got so bad to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm just going to disconnect the Bluetooth and just use my onboard receiver, and in some cases, even my onboard speaker. So the microphone performance on these earbuds definitely needs a lot of improvement. So Bluedio, y'all need to work on that one. All right? The next thing I want to talk about now and take you guys and gals through, my bad, I can't talk today, is I want to go over the pairing steps and go over the Bluetooth button controls. All right? So when we talk about the overall pairing steps, I just want to reiterate these steps will work on any Bluetooth compatible device. So whether you have an iOS device, whether you have an Android device, whether you have a Windows device, whether you have a smartphone, tablet, desktop, laptop, so on and so forth, as long as your device it has Bluetooth connectivity in it, you should be good to go. Now today I'll be demonstrating this on an Android device. We're using the Pixel 2 XL, but as I said, these steps will pretty much work across all platforms and all devices as long as you have Bluetooth connectivity on board. All right, so the first thing we need to do is we need to prep our device. So to do this, we need to power on our device, okay? Then what we want to do is swipe down to pull down the notification shade. Then in your quick settings, you want to tap on the Bluetooth icon to turn it on. This will make your device visible on your newer Android devices. And then you want to press and hold to take yourself into the Bluetooth settings. All right, on your newer Android devices, in the Bluetooth settings, you just want to tap on pair a new device. That will take you into the scanning section of the Bluetooth settings, and then we're going to look for the model number for the earbuds. On your older Android devices, in here when you turn Bluetooth on, you want to click the checkbox that says make your device visible, and then it will automatically start scanning for nearby Bluetooth devices. Now if your scan times out, there will be a 3-dot hamburger menu up in the upper right hand corner. You just want to tap on that, and from that drop down you want to hit rescan. that will rescan for nearby Bluetooth connected devices. But since we're on a newer Android device, all we have to do is hit connect a new device, and then it will begin scanning for nearby Bluetooth devices. Okay, your device is ready. Now, back on the earbuds, we need to decide a few things before we move on. Now, as I said, you can use these bad boys in stereo mode or independent mode. So you need to decide how you want to do that. Also, you can power them on using the case, or you can power them on using the touch sensitive button. You need to decide that as well. So to power it on and off, you just need to press and hold the touch sensitive area. You'll get some notable tones letting you know it's powered on, and then letting you know it's in pairing mode. Okay? Or you can use the case, drop it in, let it sit for a second, close the lid, open the lid, it will power itself on, connect to each other, and then put itself into pairing mode. Now, just for purposes of this video here today, we're going to use the case just so I can show y'all how easy it is. All right, so the first thing we need to do is open up the case. All right, then you want to just line up the magnetic charging pins. So we're going to drop the right in the right, and we're going to drop the left in the left. And it's magnetic, so it will definitely go in the proper orientation there. Okay, then with powered off, you just want to close the lid. Okay, it's going to power itself on, and you'll see it will start charging. That's what this solid blue LED means. The earphones are charging. Okay, then what you want to do is just open it up. It will automatically power itself on, connect to each other, and then put itself into pairing mode. Right, so you open it up, you see it's going to flash for a second there. It's going to connect to each other, and then it's going to be in pairing mode now. Okay, and then all we have to do from here is back on your Android device, which is still in scanning for nearby Bluetooth devices. You just want to wait for this model to pop up here. So you can see it says T-ELF2. That's the model that we're looking for. You want to tap on that. It's going to begin the pairing process. Okay, so good stuff here. You want to press to confirm. And there you have it. It's going to sync up, and you'll know everything is connected. Then you'll see an active indicator and the battery status and the Bluetooth settings of your new Android device. Also, if you swipe down, if the earbuds is the only thing you have connected, in your notification shade in the quick toggles area, you'll see your connected Bluetooth device along with its battery percentage in real time. Now, in my instance, you're gonna see two Bluetooth devices because I always keep my watch connected at all times. But if there's one device connected, you'll be able to see the connected device and the battery percentage from your notification shade. Same thing for iOS. If you're on an iOS device, if you swipe to the right, you'll be able to see your battery percentage in your right notification shade where you keep all your widgets on your iOS device. So that's really, really cool. Now what I want to do is I want to take y'all through the overall Bluetooth button controls. We're going to start off with music controls first. So I just want to pull up some copyright-free music here, just so we could take out through these steps. Now for music controls to work, you need to have music actively playing. All right, so let's rest this down where y'all can see it and put it in the proper orientation. This way everything is visible. Now, for play and pause, it's really, really simple for play and pause. Let's take the earbuds out real quick, just to make this easier. Then we can close the case, rest the case down. For play and pause, all you really have to do is one tap play and one tap pause on either earbud. So all we're going to do here is we're going to make the music play, and then I'm going to demonstrate the play pause functionality. So let me pick up either one of these. All right, and y'all can see, my bad, did that kind of quick. So the music is playing, and we're just going to tap the touch sensitive area to pause it, and you see it pauses, and we'll tap it again to play it, and you see it starts playing. So one tap on either earbud touch sensitive area for play and pause. All right, now for volume up and down, it's going to be a double tap. So your left earbud is volume down. So a quick double tap of the left earbud will give you volume down. Your right earbud is volume up. So a quick double tap of your right earbud will give you volume up. I'm going to attempt to demonstrate it here. And I do apologize if I mess up, but let's do this anyway. So double tap and you can see volume down. Double tap and you can see volume down. So now if I rest this down, and we pick up the right. Let's try to do this on the right. And once again, let's push play again. So get it playing. And double tap will give you volume up. So, slipped out of my hand. So volume up. Volume up. You can see it right there with the double tap. And I kind of made the earbud slip off, but we're going to leave that alone. Okay, so a quick double tap for volume up and a single tap for play pause. Okay, so it's just really that easy. Now, if you want to go to the next track, it's going to be a triple tap on the right earbud for next track. And it's going to be a triple tap on the left earbud for restart and previous track. Let's attempt to do that now. So triple tap. And next track, there you go. One more time. Okay, my bad. That was double tap. Okay, and you can see, whoops. And that was quad tap, my bad. And y'all can see, this is why I don't like the touch controls, because it's very finicky. And y'all can see I'm triple tapping, but it thinks I'm either double tapping or quad tapping. But y'all can see, look, let me count it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, look at that. It thought that was a double tap. That was clearly a triple tap. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of finicky. And I really don't like these touch controls. But let me see if I can get it to work. Okay, there we go. Next track. All right. Now, let me put this down. And if we want to go to the previous track, it's triple tap on the left earbud. Let's see if we can get this to work. So let's get it playing. All right, and we're going to triple tap this. We're going to attempt it. Okay, restart. Okay, next track. Previous track. Okay, one more time. That was a double tap, but you can see it got the triple tap as well for the restart. Let me take that off. See, them earbuds, man, be getting in my way. Okay, double tap, volume down. Triple tap, restart. Okay, see, it's very finicky. And then I quad tap by accident. So I really don't like these earbud controls, but they do work, okay? Once again, that's a one tap for play and pause on either earbud. That's 2 taps on the left for volume down. That's 2 taps on the right for volume up, okay? Triple tap on the right for next track, triple tap on the left to restart and do previous track. And if you want to redial your last phone call, that's going to be a quad tap with nothing playing to redial your last phone call. All right. Now, if you want to pull up your voice assistant, aside from using the command, all you have to do is do a press and hold for 1 second. You'll get the audible prompt and you can do your voice assistant navigation. So let's get this to work. Let's see how good we could do this. Now this one actually works the best out of all the button controls in my opinion. So here we go. Tapping and holding. Okay. What's the weather like today in Palm Bay? And we'll get our audible feedback. Okay, so the voice assistant activation works no problem. The one tap play and pause works no problem. And the double tap up and down works no problem. But where we run into issues is when we have to start triple tapping and quad tapping. That's where it seems to be a little bit extra sensitive and a little bit finicky in my opinion. But it does work. Now, also for your phone call controls, it's a one tap to answer. It's a double tap to end. And y'all already saw the quad tap for redial. So there is that as well. Okay? And I think that about does it, y'all. That takes us through all of our earbud controls. Now give me a minute while I pause the video to put the earbud tips back on, and then we'll continue with the rest of this video. So I will be right back. My bad, y'all. So 5 painstakingly minutes later, I got the earbud tips back on, and we're ready to continue this review. So that pretty much goes over the pairing steps and the earbud controls. Alright, now let's take the phone out of here because we don't need that, and let's continue on with the rest of the video. Okay, now the next thing I want to talk about is I want to expand a little bit more on the Bluetooth range and the Bluetooth strength. So the manufacturer quoted in the user manual online and on their website that these bad boys have an overall range of 10 meters or 33 feet, and I have to say, at least where the Bluetooth range and strength is concerned, Bluedio has done a great job, and I had no issues with the overall range or the overall strength. So this is a top-notch category in my opinion. Alright, the next thing I want to talk about now is the overall durability, because y'all already know whose video y'all watching. I'm Mr. Super Clumsy. So the durability has to be there on any and all of the products that I test, because at any given time, they can drop. Any given time. And y'all have seen it if y'all watch any of my previous videos. Y'all know how clumsy I am. So the overall durability is a very important category in my opinion, and I can very happily report that the durability on these earbuds is top notch. Now, I've dropped these a number of times during my review process, and y'all can see they still look and function as if brand new. So the overall durability on these is top notch in my opinion. So good stuff there. So top notch Bluetooth range and strength, top notch durability, good stuff. Now let's dive a little bit deeper into the overall charge times and the overall battery life. Okay, now talking about the charge times first. Okay, the manufacturer quoted in the user manual online and on their website that the buds themselves take an hour to reach a full charge using the case. Okay, the case itself, using the USB Type-C port with the included USB Type-C cable, takes 2 hours to reach a full charge. And I found that in my testing, that's pretty much spot on the money, give or take about 5 or 10 minutes. So in my testing, the buds take anywhere from an hour to an hour and 10 minutes to reach a full charge, and the case itself takes roughly 2 hours to reach a full charge. Okay, now for reference, and I thought this was kind of weird, and I definitely want to see an improvement, but you get no low battery audible notification or visual notification from the buds. It just tells you power off. That means the buds are dead and they need to charge. Whereas on the flip side of that, when the case needs to be charged, you get a flashing blue LED. Okay, when the case is charging the buds, you'll get a solid blue LED, and it will turn green when they're fully charged. So when the buds are fully charged, you'll get that solid blue LED will turn green. Okay, now when the case is charging, you'll get a flashing green LED, and when the case is fully charged, it will turn into a solid green LED. Okay, so I thought that was kind of weird how they made sure you could tell when the case needs to be charged and when the case battery is low, but they don't really give you any audible or physical or visual tones to let you know when the buds need to be charged, otherwise telling you power off when they're completely dead. That's all there is to it. So I thought that was kind of weird, but there it is. That's the charge stats. And for the most part, it lines up perfectly with the manufacturer's estimates. Now, the bud charge times are really good, in my opinion, but I would have liked to have seen the case charge times also land within that 1 hour charge point. But for the most part, it's right on the manufacturer's estimates, so it's not bad, but that does need to be improved. But that covers the overall charge times. Now, talking about the overall battery life. Now, once again, the manufacturer quoted that the buds will give you 5 to 6 hours of usage on a single charge, depending on the volume that you use them at and what you're doing with the buds. Now, in my particular testing, which was done at 35% volume, 50% volume, and 75% volume, I got anywhere between 5 hours to 7 hours on a single charge. So that's really good stuff that even exceeds the manufacturer's estimate. So pretty good stuff there. Okay, now including the case, the manufacturer quotes that you're going to get an additional 30 hours, or pretty much an additional 3 charges. At least that's what happened in my testing, and that's pretty good. Now, talking about the overall battery life from 2 different standpoints. From a stereo usage standpoint, that 5 to 7 hours on a single charge, that definitely needs to be improved. I've said this before on other Bluetooth accessory videos, and I'll say it again. The battery life on all of these products or accessories needs to be 10 hours and up. So 5 to 7 hours is not gonna cut it, okay? So whereas the charge times are good, the overall battery life does need improvement. That being said, using these bad boys in independent mode, so 1 earbud at a time, and then including the case, we're getting some really good overall battery life. So to put it into perspective for y'all, on the low end, I get 5 hours. 5 times 2, because we got 2 buds, that's 10 hours on a single charge. On the high end, I'm getting 7 hours. 7 times 2, that's 14 hours on a single charge, using it between the 2 buds. Now, if I include the charging case, all right, that's an additional 3 charges. So that's 10 times 3, that's 30 hours, okay? And that's 14 times 3, that's 42 hours. So that lands perfectly in between the manufacturer's estimates of an additional 30 hours. So good stuff there, using the buds in independent mode and including the charging case. But in stereo mode, the battery life definitely needs some improvement. So it is what it is. Now that covers in depth the overall charge times and the overall battery life. And one thing I want to keep in mind, want you guys and gals to keep in mind, is that your results may vary. These are just my particular results with my heavy usage style, okay? If you use your devices differently, based on your usage and your volume percentage, your results may vary, okay? Now, I would actually recommend you use anywhere from 35% volume to 50% volume. Those 2 areas for me were getting the best battery life. That's where I got that 7 hours of runtime on a single charge. So that's what I would recommend. Either 30% volume or 35% volume, my mistake, or 50% volume, okay? Just a quick recommendation for y'all. So that covers the overall battery life and the overall charge times. Now let's briefly summarize the positives and the negatives, and then we're going to get into the final part of this video where we talk about the price. I'll give y'all my final thoughts and the overall recommendation or 2. So let's go. Now, starting off, let's summarize these positives first. So as I said, the overall build quality is top notch. The overall sound quality and volume is top notch. The overall Bluetooth range and strength is top notch. The overall durability is top notch. The overall charge times, at least for the buds themselves, are top notch. And you're getting all of this at a really great price. The price we're going to talk about in a little bit here. Now, let's talk about these negatives really quickly, and if Bluedio improves these, they'll have an overall really great product in my opinion. So maybe for the TL3, if y'all make these improvements, you'll have a solid product. Now, the overall design definitely needs some work because that affects the overall fit and feel. Now, Bluedio, maybe for your next iteration, if you go with bigger earbud tips and maybe a wing style design, then you'll get possibly a better overall comfort level and a better overall fit. So you definitely need to improve the overall design, okay? That's definitely a big one you need to improve upon, okay? The overall microphone performance definitely needs improvement, okay? Most definitely. And you definitely want to switch from touch-sensitive controls to maybe physical buttons, especially if you're going to keep the earbuds at this size. You definitely want to think about using physical buttons instead of touch controls, because when your earbuds are this size, having touch controls makes it extremely difficult to work with, especially if you're physically disabled like myself, or you just have issues dealing with certain size things. You definitely don't like to see touch controls on something this small. So the touch controls need improvement, the overall design needs improvement, and the overall microphone performance needs improvement, okay? And the overall bass probably needs a little bit of work. Just add a little bit more punch in there and you'll be good to go. Add to those negatives my usual negatives of no percentage readout for the case or the earbuds. So you definitely need to include that. And you definitely need to add wireless charging, okay? Especially at this price, I don't see why you can't have wireless charging, okay? So you improve upon all those negatives and you'll have a really solid product, in my opinion. So that pretty much summarizes the positives and the negatives of these earbuds, okay? And as I always do, I'll have the positives thrown up in post and the negatives thrown up in post so y'all can see the full list. And as always, if I missed any, please leave your feedback down below in the comments, because that's how these companies improve their product. If we don't leave our feedback, we won't get any better products, okay? So please, I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be. If y'all catch a negative or a positive after your usage or after watching this video, leave that down below in the comments. And hopefully if Bluedio watches my content, they'll see where they'll need to improve. But that essentially goes over the positives and the negatives. Now, let's get into the final part of this video. Let's talk about the overall price and get into my final thoughts and an overall recommendation or two. So, yet again, as I showed y'all in the unboxing and first impressions, I picked these bad boys up from Amazon on Prime shipping for $18.99. So essentially 19 bucks if you just want to make it easy. And for that price, can I recommend that y'all go out there and pick this bad boy up? Well, unfortunately, and keep in mind this is just in my opinion, as is all of my other content and all of my other videos, just my opinion, and you can always feel free to disagree down below in the comments, as long as you can do so respectfully. Keep it respectful, please. Unfortunately, no, I cannot recommend that y'all go out there and pick up these earbuds. Sure, the price is very compelling and they do some things well, but to me, I feel like the negatives vastly outweigh the positives, at least for this pair of Bluetooth earbuds. So once again, can I recommend that y'all pick this up? I'm going to have to say no. You definitely might want to pass on these. That being said, if you do still feel compelled to pick them up, as I always do, if this video piqued your interest, all the links to where y'all can pick this bad boy up at a really great price will be available down below in the video description. So as always, if your interest is piqued, down below in the video description will be like a one-stop shop for you guys and gals, and you should be good to go. That being said, this is pretty much the end of the video. So if you guys and gals enjoyed the video and or you found it helpful in any shape, form, or fashion, please help your boy out by giving the video a thumbs up. That really does help me out. You don't know how much. Okay? This whole video here today was recorded using the rear-facing 12 megapixel camera on the Samsung Galaxy S7 Active in 720p resolution at 30 frames per second, and recording all the audio here today, I did use the Movo MA2010 omnidirectional microphone. So please let me know what you think of the overall video quality as well as what you think of the overall audio quality down below in the comments. As always, your feedback is greatly appreciated. Okay? And I want to pose this question real quick. Do you have these earbuds? What are some things that you like about these earbuds? And what are some things you feel Bluedio definitely needs to improve on these earbuds, maybe in their next iteration? Leave your answer to that question down below and leave a hashtag needs improvement right next to it so I know you're answering the question. That being said, I hope everyone has a great day. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch you guys and gals in the next one. Have a good one, everybody. Peace. We out of here.